So in this video, I am back in Portland after a quick overnight shot from Dunsmuir. And so far I have corrected two things that I had messed up on my previous extended freight hop. Number one, I made connections with Stephen Perilou, and we rode together to Dunsmuir, which was a fabulous trip, beautiful weather. And then, so I've corrected that. One of the other things was I shot all of my drone video in 1080p instead of 4K by mistake. And as you can see, I've fixed that and shot my drone video in 4K on this trip. So I fixed two of those things. And the final big one that I had messed up on, or I don't know if messed up's the right word, but I had given up on, and that was trying to figure out how to ride eastbound out of Portland. And I ended up riding the High Line back on my first trip because it was much easier to figure out. But this time I am bound and determined that I am going to ride on the Union Pacific eastbound, because I want to ride on the overland route from at least Wyoming back through to Chicago. And I want to go through North Platte, Nebraska, so I can see the Bailey Yard, and I'll probably get off there and get some drone footage of the world's largest rail yard, right? So that's what I'm up to. I'm bound and determined to figure this out. The problem with Portland is that there isn't a set of tracks that you can just see everything going east on. Everything leaves north or southbound, and either north or southbound trains can make the turn and go eastbound. So this is a challenge. This is definitely a challenge, and we pick up in this video, I've been there all day already and haven't caught out yet. So now we can see what happens.
54 here at Oceanic, and I'd like to line out lane 2 with the 2 units. I'd like to head east into the grill at Wilbur.
So this is train hopping. Pretty typical day. I've been in the yard all day waiting for an eastbound train. And the problem is, I have no clue what is going to be eastbound. Most everything is actually north and south here. So it's been a difficult process. I've tried this before and couldn't figure out, what I was doing. Thought I'd give it one more shot, and so yeah, that's the downtown Portland off that direction. Looks like some storm clouds out over the mountains. I don't think they're expecting anything here, but if I knew some of these cars where they were going, I'd ride that gondola. And there's another one right there, and several more. But they provide a good ride when you want to see your surroundings, and that's what I want to do. I want to run along the Columbia River, but I don't want it at night. So it's one of those deals where, wow, this is tough to figure out. But we'll see what happens. I'm committed to this, so there will be an update, hopefully a good one. Well, after hanging around here all day, this general manifest looks like it might be headed where I need to go. But there should also be a hotshot container train coming any moment. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out where this is going real quick. I'm not sure where this thing's going, or, you know, sure enough that I want to chance it. I think I'm gonna wait, see if my intermodal shows up. And you know, I've waited this long. Another couple hours isn't gonna kill me. And because I'd really like that train, I could ride all the way. So I think we'll just sit here a while longer, see what we end up with here. It's not like the weather's bad, so I'll just kill them with it. So I'm now on a grainer, and I'm shooting in complete darkness, so it's doubtful any of this will show up well, but you never know, I guess. This camera does a pretty good job, surprisingly, at night at times. I decided that I would take the first train that I knew would get me out of Portland, as opposed to going back through California. So that's what I'm doing. I am hopping a grainer, and then I will trade my grainer for a hot shot, assuming I can find one, in Hinkle, Oregon. Side of the Willamette. There's somebody dumpster diving. Grain elevator. These empty grainers make a racket, and you get the slack action. They let you know it. Okay, we'll do it. I didn't know whether those lit up or not the other day when I was getting footage of it with the drone, but yeah, look at that. How cool is that? ships on the Willamette. There's the drawbridge, one of them. Well, I'm near Hinkle, Oregon. We have stopped about 10 miles outside of town for some reason, and that's where the crew change is supposed to take place. And this train turns off and goes to Spokane, so I definitely want to get off of it in Hinkle. But if they change crews out here, then I'm gonna have to walk, a hitchhike or something. And man, it gets hot out here, so I don't know, fingers crossed. But where we're stopped, I believe, is by an old ammunitions manufacturing place. I see bunkers that I've recognized before at these kinds of facilities for storing munitions. So I think that the sun is rising over old munitions bunkers. Even at night, it was a beautiful ride along the river. The Columbia River coming out of Portland. But it's going to have to be redone during the daytime. Rolling on towards Hinkle. Fresh cut hay over there. Getting ready to bale it. Not really slowing down as much as I'd like us to. Gas turbine power plant. Well, we still haven't split off anyway, so maybe there's hope.